What's going on, y'all? It's the Cool Teacher, and I'm here today to show you how to turn a standard form function into a slope-intercept function. We have a standard form function, ax plus by equals c, and we're going to turn it into slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. First thing I want you to think about when you're doing these type of problems and converting between these different forms, think about where your y's and your x's are. Standard form, your x and your y are on the same side, okay? And if you're wondering what I'm talking about when I say sides, the equal sign is usually what separates the sides of an equation. So x and y are on the same side. In slope-intercept, the y is by itself. There's nothing else with it, it's just y equals and then everything else. So we have to go ahead and get this y by itself by getting rid of this 3x. Remember, this is an equation because it has an equal sign, so I have to solve it as such. So to get the 3x off of this side, I'm gonna go ahead and subtract 3x. And whatever I do to one side, make sure I do it to the other. Now I'll let you know why I kind of offset these in a second. So now what happens, these cancel out. I'm gonna bring down my positive 5y, bring down my equal sign, and then at this point, there's one mistake that usually happens. People try to go ahead and combine these and make it a negative 5x. You can't, these are not like terms, okay? So you can't add or subtract them because this has an x and this is a constant. And since I'm making this in the slope-intercept form, I want to try to put it in that form as quickly and as easily as possible. So I know one thing people will do is they'll bring down my -2 and they'll bring down a -3 and they'll start working it out. Now, while that's possible, remember slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So the term with the x should come down first. So I do that because it makes it easier for me to go ahead and see it. Once again, bring down my 3x and bring down my -2. Now they're probably like, wait, I have to bring down the -2 first and then the 3. These are on the same side of the equal sign. So that means I can kind of flip them up whichever way I want because they're on the same side. And I'm closer to slope-intercept form. I have my y equals and then my x and then everything else. I'm not done yet because I need my y by myself because slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. It's not 2y, 3y, so on and so forth. So I have to get the 5 off of that y. In order to go ahead and do that, I have to divide. But since it's an equation, whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So I have to divide everything by 5. 5 divided by 5 equals 1, so 1y. Bring down my equal sign. -3 divided by 5. Now, I know everybody's gonna see this and be like, oh, -3 divided by 5, and wanna go ahead and divide it, put it into the calculator and get a decimal. Please don't do that because this is a slope-intercept function. And since it is a slope-intercept function, I need my numerator and denominator because remember, that's my rise over run. That allows me to graph this on a coordinate grid. So what I'm gonna do is actually leave this just like that. And you can see it made the fraction for me. So -3 over 5x. And the same thing with this. It made it a fraction for me. -2 over 5. And I have my slope-intercept form of this line. I'm also gonna go ahead and turn this back into standard form. I'll show you how to turn this back into standard form. This helped you? Send it to somebody else so you can help them. And this is the Cool Teacher. I'm out.